In these days, there are around 1 million living species discovered. Including the ones not discovered yet, this number lies to around 10 millions. This number is amazing, but the real beauty is that each and one of them are free to live in its own environment. Darwin the first proposed that living things were not creations of God, but he said that living things are constantly changing and evolving.
Darwin's theory tells us why we exist, why living things exist, why essentially everything that's complicated exists. It's of enormous significance because before Darwin came along, people thought that big complicated things had to have a designer. And after Darwin came along, we now understand that big complicated things can gradually come into existence without a designer, including ourselves. So we came into existence by the ordinary processes of physics and chemistry, without any kind of designer. That's the impact.
In Bible, humans were created by God, and many believe this to be true. The true ancestor of a human were believed to be an Adam and Eve, and other animals would have also been created by God. In those days, even Calvin, a famous scientist, rejected Darwin's idea. According to Darwin's theory, the living things constantly evolve, and there should be a starting point originating from a simple thing. Therefore, it was necessary for a long time to evolution. However, the Sir Calvin came up with these indications. The estimated Earth's ages seem to be far too short for evolution. So, at the time, this stereotypical thinking made Darwin a monkey in a circus, and he received a lot of criticism.
I wonder, Mr. Huxley, is it through your grandfather or your grandmother that you claim descent from an ape?
If the question is put to me, would I rather have a miserable ape for a grandfather or a man, highly intelligent, possessed of great means of influence, and yet who employed these faculties and that influence for the mere purpose of introducing ridicule into a grave scientific discussion? I unhesitatingly affirm my preference for the ape.
Even though many people were on the opposite side of Darwin's theory, there are some people on the Darwin side. For instance, Huxley supports Darwin's theory because many facts or observations show that it is true. However, Darwin's theory was disproved by William Thomson at that time, and Thomson's thought cannot be defeated at that time. But after founding of nuclear energy in early 20th century, Thomson and other scientists can know that age of the Earth is old enough to support Darwin's theory. Also, by the invention of radiocarbon dating, we can know age of the Earth, and it is long enough to prove Darwin's theory. Another support of Darwin's theory is the fact that ancestors of humankind such as Australopithecus is found. Even though they are different with humans, their shape is very similar with us. In addition to their shape, scientists found another similarity between them and humankind. Therefore, Australopithecus is accepted as ancestor of humankind and supports Darwin's theory. Also, after DNA was found, Darwin's theory gets more power. With analyzing DNA of human and animals, even the plants, we can know that human, animals, and plants have similar structure of DNA. Finally, Darwin's theory cannot be accepted as the fact, but it can be thought as conclusion of evolution. Therefore, His case can be the lesson to scientists like us. Although our theory might be controversial, conflicts with previous ideas, and rejected by most of people, we should attribute to improvement of knowledge by making an effort to proceed with recognizing that there will be a supporter who has progressive thought such as Huxley for Darwin.